Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome to the channel. It's Dooney at 615, and you have just joined Feed Your Addiction. I'm so glad that you were able to join. Please come in, hit the thumbs up. If you are not already subscribed, please go ahead and consider hitting the subscribe button and turning on the bell alert so that you do not miss any of my future uploads. Good evening, Roslyn. Happy Sunday. Ladies, if you would please go ahead and hit the thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. I'm going to try to be on and off tonight in 30 minutes. That's the goal. Somebody keep me honest to the time. 30 minutes. That's what I'm shooting for tonight. So, I'm going to start off by saying that the bag that I'm going to lead with tonight, you have seen this bag style on my channel before, but in other colors. Hello, Kimberly. Happy Sunday. But this particular color I do not have in my collection, or did not have in my collection, because at the time that Dooney made the bag available, this color was not available. Hi, Miss Angie Lady, Alpha Lady. Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. I'm glad. I'll go to the enabler corner. Hello, happy Sunday, Crystal. So when this bag became available and it was on sale, I decided to pick up the bag because I don't have this color. Hello, Samaraya. Happy Sunday. So I have, of course, already taken the bag out because I'm still a little squirmish about packaging. But I want us to kind of inspect it together because I'm within that window that if it's a train wreck, I can send it back. It doesn't appear to be bad inside the plastic, but I at least want to take a look at it. And then the second part of this video, one of my subscribers left a comment under last week's Feed Your Addiction about the Greta zip satchel and made a comparison. And I wanted to kind of talk through that and then compare it to another bag that I have in my collection. So hello, hello. Happy Sunday, Jeananne Norsworthy, Lucinda Quimbley, QB Bianca. Happy Sunday, ladies. Welcome. So the bag that I am wanting to inspect tonight is none other than the large zip Barlow in the color Tomorrow Brown, which is my happy medium between a black and a brown bag. And Dooney does this color extremely well. And I'm kind of disappointed that when they do the lineup of things, that the colors that seem to always be available, black, natural, chestnut, I feel like Tomorrow Brown and red should join that lineup. And I know some people would say it should be the Crayola 8. They should throw navy in there, especially because navy is so hard to do. But this is a color that I hope, now that it's back, they will keep it. Okay. I think what makes this color combination so beautiful is the red trim, like the zipper tape. You've got the glazing along the edge of all of the leather. It just has just that little peak of kind of a red, almost Bordeaux color that is absolutely stunning. I'm going to let you take a look at the bag and see if you see what I see. And then we'll talk about whether or not it's we'll talk about it. How about that? What do you think? This is a bag silhouette that kind of got me, this was the second, what I will call shape, or maybe even the first shape shifting bag in my Dooney collection, because where this bag can be very boxy and square, it can kind of morph. The zippers give it a little bit more of an edge, and then after it softens up a little bit, which it's looks like it's got a little work to do to soften, it kind of gives you those wings out to the side. So you have the edginess from the zippers being exposed, and then you still have beautiful Florentine leather that peeks out, and you have that red zipper tape that really, in my opinion, contrasts even better with the side panels open as opposed to them being closed. So I'll zip this side right back in. So look at the zipper tape on this side versus the profile on this side. And these, once the leather softens a little bit, or once I put my stuff in, that side panel will stay out. I just think that that's a much nicer profile. Even if someone is walking up to you and your bag is on your shoulder, they would still get a little bit of that edge, whereas on this side, they would only get the zipper pull. If you're carrying your bag with the logo patch exposed and someone's walking face forward, then this is the silhouette that they're going to see. I just like that profile of the bag. So there's the bottom. It looks like a couple of, let me take a look at that a little closer. Okay, so just some imperfections in the hide. At first glance, one side of this bag is very smooth, and ideally this is what I would have wanted for the entire bag. And of course it continues on around to the back, but then once we get to this side, it does have a little bit more texture in the leather. It's not perfectly smooth, but given the color, which I am a huge fan of, and given the fact that this bag was at an amazing price when I picked it up, I think I'm going to live with that little bit of pebbling, because it's not so wrinkly that it makes the bag look off balance. And I don't know if it's even picking up on camera. I don't know if anyone even noticed it as I was kind of giving the 360. You may be able to see it a bit more now that I've pointed it out. But I always wear my bags with the logo pointed out. So this will be the back. Like, people will see the smoothness and, you know, everything that's in front of my arm probably a lot more than they would see the back. I love this bag. It has been great for travel. It holds my usual carry. I love, again, the zippers and the edginess that provides. I love the fact that it shape shifts, that I can get a water bottle in the outside pockets, that I can get all of the more important things in the pockets before I even get in the bag. Not to mention, there's a little bit of built-in organization. The snap closures are amazing. If there is anything I would change about this bag, and I have been saying it since I got the very first one from QVC in the color Bordeaux, it's that the shoulder drop could stand to be a smidgen longer. It is not the shoulder drop of medium Russell. It is not that bad. but it's kind of close. It is kind of close. So I carried last week. It's just it will clear, but it's one of those where that it's scraping all the top of the bag. It just needs like a quarter to a half inch more, and it would be absolutely perfect on the shoulder drop. This bag is one that I have had in my collection for a long time. I've got it in Bordeaux, strawberry, red, bone, navy, teal. I want to say that I have it in, did I already say strawberry? I think I already said strawberry. Navy. I don't remember picking it up in black. And I think I got maybe light taupe. All of that to say, minus like the pink and the black and the chestnut, I think I've kind of run the gamut of the large zip Barlow. I do enjoy the carry of this bag. Have traveled with it this time of year in a jacket or even a puffer coat with the shoulder drop just being a smidgen too short. It can be an absolute pain to travel with. That being said, it does carry, of course, well by the handles over the crook of the arm. It will carry everything, so you can get your iPad in. I've never tried it with my laptop, even having the side panels open, because I typically always have my iPad in my bag and then my work laptop in my backpack, because I went hands-free a few years ago and I have not looked back. But this one is one that I have thrown like hat, scarves, gloves over in the top of, once I've gotten in a rental car or walking into a restaurant or a mall, and then kind of shedding some of those layers. It is one of those bags that can hold everything in here. Dual outside pockets, so phones, bottled water, now your mask, your hand sanitizer, your paper soap, maybe even, your wipes and those kinds of things. There's plenty of storage. Your sunglasses, your like your train pass or your bus pass if you're doing public transit. There's an easy place for you to get all of that stuff without having to actually move into the interior of the bag. Now, interior of the bag is kind of this neutral linen gingham. It's actually the lighter gingham style. Let me take this out and make it actually. So it's the lighter gingham. It does have the suede, not in the collar, but in the side panels for that extra flexibility for when the zippers are open and the side panels are exposed. It does have the standard Dooney setup. Love the fact that there is no center zip in this silhouette to disrupt the interior flow of this bag. I don't know what it is right now, but I am having some Dooney nostalgia feelings. Like I went back and carried my East West Chelsea last week. I remember now how well that bag travels. It was perfect over puffer coat. It was amazing on those mornings when I was trying to, get things out of the car, like throw my breakfast and stuff in the bag, and then, Starbucks cup in the other hand, trying to get into the building. It worked perfectly for that. I did carry Ella as my grab and go piece. And I also carried Little Mo again as my wallet. And if you recall last week during Feed Your Addiction, the challenge that I gave myself was to see how often I actually grabbed my grab and go piece. Like, does that make sense for me? And I was really surprised. I think you will be too. Sus will probably think that the body snatchers have abducted me again. But I only reached for the grab and go piece one night while I was away. And it was a night that instead of driving and going to dinner, I actually walked 2 blocks from the hotel, and I took the grab and go piece with me, which actually made no sense at all, because the things that were really in there were my car keys, which I didn't need because I was walking. I slid my hotel key in the card, the little card holder. That made sense. And then I had Lil Mo as my deluxe card case. So for the rest of the week, that was like Monday night, I did that. Tuesday, I grabbed dinner on the way from the office back to the hotel. And then Wednesday and Thursday night, I decided, because the weather had kind of warmed up just a smidgen, that I was going to walk to other places in the downtown area instead of moving the car. And on both of those nights, the only thing I grabbed was Big Mo. Big Mo. My deluxe card case, threw it in my pocket, coat on, hotel key slid back into the front of the wallet. So I am going to have to think about my grab and go situation. When I did the community post, I found the answers and the distribution of the votes to be pretty interesting. And there was one option on there, like, why do you need a grab and go piece? It's just something else to weigh your bag down. Why don't you just grab your wallet? So I thought that I would test that this past week, and I did. And while I enjoyed my grab and go piece, and I really enjoyed Ella, and she's got some wear from being in and out and all of those things, I just didn't grab the grab and go as much as I thought that I would. And then when I went out today, I took my entire bag and I thought, I'll throw Chelsea, in the trunk and just take my grab and go piece. But I didn't end up doing that either. I just kind of lugged the bag around all week. So I'm not really sure how I got there, because I just knew I was going to use the grab and go piece without, trumping around all week with a big bag. I would have a smaller bag, but I really just needed something to throw in my coat pocket. So, all right. This is another transition to Greta. So, don't have the video pulled up to tell you the comment or the subscriber that left the comment. But after sharing the Greta zip satchel last week, there was a comment that was left stating, like the bag, but I can't seem to pull the trigger on this bag, on that bag, meaning this bag, because it reminds me of Miller, which was a Dooney and Bourke release a few years ago. Those of you that have no clue about Miller, go ahead and do a quick search on Google Images so that you can get a feel for that bag. It does have kind of a similar silhouette, but it did not have a front pocket or a back pocket, if I recall. And while it was top handle, the handles attached a little differently on the top, and similar to which bag? Similar to Perry, it has the pull over tab with the little turn lock. So I could definitely see the side panel design being very similar, but Miller to me reminds me more of Willa, which was a little bit more boxy. But the thing about that Miller and Willa, no, the thing that, yes, Miller and Willa have in common is that while they don't have front and back pockets, they do have integrated top pockets on the front and back panel. So where this edge is pretty clean minus the hardware, Miller and Willa, those are really hard to keep straight, have pockets that are top entry and exposed zippers here on the top. So for me, I think Miller and Willa are more similar, minus kind, especially once you unsnap the sides, because Willa was very boxy. She did not have hardware to attach her strap, so she kind of had this wing thing going on because the strap would actually attach to the hardware on one corner and then on the other. I had her in red. That was one of my very first sneak peek videos on YouTube, but I actually ended up giving that bag to my mother because it was driving me crazy. And while I thought she would have loved it because she liked the color and didn't understand why I just said, you can have it. If you like it, you can have it. But she has not carried that bag but one time since I gave it to her. And she said she couldn't describe it, but it was an odd carry. It was an awkward carry. And that's how I felt as well, because it didn't lay flush against the body because of the way the hardware attached or didn't attach. So it always kind of tilted out from the body because of the way the strap had to connect. So it was weird. But I do think sides open, this is more, maybe not as wide, but that's kind of the vibe of Miller and Willa. Willa be looking more like this, and then having the zippers here. I wasn't a fan of Miller because of the closure. I just felt like it needed something else, like maybe a flap across the top. So I steered clear of that one. I did try Willa and thought that I was going to love it, and it was an epic fail. I also have Mitchell. So if you are not sure what Mitchell, Dooney and Bourke Mitchell looked like, take a look at that one. My very first one was red Florentine. If you have not seen some of the older Dooney Vogue style videos, Miller is featured in one of those Vogue style trend reports from several years ago, and I just had to have it. And then I had to have it in Croco. Then I gave it to my mom, and then I traded with her to get it back in my collection. I parted ways with like 2 bags to get that one back in my collection. And then, I don't know, 2018 maybe, I think QVC brought it back in pebbled leather, and there was an oyster color option available, so I have it in that as well. But I think that Miller, Willa, and the zip satchel probably are a little bit more, have more style elements, style similarities than Mitchell, which is very structured, top handle, kind of opens up like a Dr. Satchel. That bag is just absolutely exquisite. It also has top handles. But the bag that I wanted to compare this to is Layla. And it's, some of it I think is just because of the snaps on the side, because I don't know that they really look alike. And, I thought I heard like somebody at the door. Layla gives you Hermes garden party bag vibes, but because she has that snap, and here she is, by the way, because she has the side snaps, it made me think of Miller. It made me think of Willa, because Willa also had the side snaps, and it made me think of the zip satchel. So there they are, similar in size, and even though they snap, but I didn't realize how much of that curvature that Layla has as well, right? So I'm going to put it back. Can you see it? There's in the side panels. I didn't know. This one is definitely a little taller, but I also think that Layla has a little bit, probably a bit more capacity. Let's take a look at their butts. Let's see. Are they the same? Oh. Let's try this a different way. Let's do it this way. Okay. They actually are the same length, and they have the same depth. So I didn't realize that they were probably identical in measurements. But let's see. Another boxy. Wait a minute. Where did I put that little Charleston? This is giving me Charleston vibes with the snaps open. And I don't do well with Charleston because it's too small. Charleston and the small leisure have the same dimensions. I call it little tink tink. I don't know that I realized. No, the butt is bigger because, is that right? Yeah, because it only has a 4 or 4.5 inch bottom on Charleston and on the small leisure. So this is going to be bigger. So I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. But it is giving me Charleston, but leisure shopper vibes with the snaps open. Closed, it's giving me zip satchel and a smidgen of Willa. The hardware is also different on these two bags. This one has what I'm going to call the good Dooney hardware. You can see how far out that prong is sticking and how deep the well is to connect the snaps. Let's see if I can do this even with the paper in it. Is it going to snap? I don't know that mine would ever be snapped. Okay. So we have that. That's a really nice color combo. Maybe I should do that this week. Instead, I think I've purchased 2 of these now. not sure how the snap, even with just the paper in here. And this is the good hardware. Okay, all right, it's closed now. Oh, that's pretty. This one doesn't have the good hardware. It has good hardware on the sides, but not in the interior. It's like a mix of Dooney on the outside and Coach hardware on the inside. I don't think I realized these were the same size though. But I do think that this one is going to hold more because, yeah, it is. Look at how little the side panels come in on this side in the snap. So you still got a lot of space for the interior cavity without it actually impeding on the interior space. So take a look at how little that is. I'll use my finger there just so you can kind of see how it goes. And then look how deep they are on this one. Look at that. Look how far that goes in. So it's gonna, look at that. That's my whole finger. That's eating up some of that interior space. I do have a second one of these that I purchased. Yes, even before I carried it because it was the color. But I don't know that I would pick up a third one, even if this bag were to release in Florentine leather, because that eats in a lot of space. Really, really deep folds there on the side. How far that, I mean, like, look at that. How far it goes in. And then look at how little space it is on this one. Look at that. Goodness gracious. That's a lot of interior space that's not going to be able to be used. I'm glad I looked at them side by side. I was thinking that this one was going to be, you know, kind of a preferred carry. But I think this one may actually beat it out because this is going to give me more of the tote style carry than the zip satchel. I'm still feeling my Greta, and there's more Greta stuff to share. But just because that comment actually got me thinking about, you know, silhouettes and whether Dooney is recycling both names and silhouettes, because if the only thing they're changing is the closure of a bag, you know, a snap versus a tab, you know, turn lock closure, then I will definitely have to slow down and think about some of my purchases to make sure that I don't find myself in a Miller Layla or Miller zip satchel situation where the bags are very similar in style and carry, but the closure is different or slightly different, and then the pockets are just relocated a bit more north on the top with Willa and Miller, because that, I don't know that that's enough of a distinction. It was enough of a distinction for me to draw a comparison against the LV, what is it, Christini, a Crosette, what is the name of the bag? I think I wrote it down. What is it? Maybe I didn't write it down. Crosette, I did write it down. That it was similar enough for that, but definitely not Miller. And I think Layla has a bit more capacity. So that's it. I'm already 35 minutes in. I was trying to go for 30 minutes tonight. I did not quite pull that off. And since I've already blown it, my lost ILD order finally came in this week. And based on, I want to check these too, because they took the scenic route from the distribution center. So, is this the medium wristlet or the large? What is it called? You can't tell from what's on the box. On the receipt, it says it's the medium. So this medium wristlet compared to the corner zip that Coach does. Look at that. The Dooney one actually, and I'm sure some of that is the stuffing, but that piping across the center does make it look a little bit bigger. Of course, the zippers are a little different. Corner wrap on the Coach version, straight across the top with Dooney, but you've got a bit more. This is coated canvas and just a leather strap, where this one has a little bit more leather trim, leather zip pull, leather wristlet that can be detached. And then on the interior, let's go silica packets. And okay, on the interior of the Coach, when you get the organization of the two card slots, on the Dooney ones there's no organization, and there's just a place for you to keep your keys. So if you are keyless start, this may be a good place to throw some extra cash and your key, and then just kind of keep it in your bag. Or there's a nice amount of space in there, depending on how bulky your key or your remote is. You could still get a couple of things in there, lip gloss or chapstick. You could probably fold a mask twice and get it in there, and then cards, cash. Let's see. You could throw a card case in there. Let's see what this one, I don't remember if this one fit in here or not. Yeah, it did. Okay. Still feel like the Dooney one gives you just a little bit more space. And while I continue to not understand the lack of card slots, right? 2 is just not enough. I think Dooney kind of missed the mark by not, I think it could have had 2 card slots, at least 2 card slots, plus the key ring, and that might have gone over a little better. But it does have some pretty good capacity. So I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it. And then, let's see what's in it. I think it's the same thing, but I'm hoping it's the tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Perfect. So here we go. I told you I'm feeling Greta right now, so I'm not missing the opportunity to grab pieces, because this has not always been readily available from Dooney, so I'm going to take advantage while pieces are, so that I can create my own sets and mix and match and have fun ordering pieces. I think This ended up being $39 on the sale during the sale when I purchased it, 39 or 29. I think their regular price right now on ILD is 39 as well. You know what? Hold on. Yes, they were 39 during the sale. They were 39. So if this is a piece that you're interested in, you don't necessarily have to wait for a sale because it will likely be 39 in the next sale, which is when I just purchased it. So we've got that. I'm going to see how these look against this. And then, where's the other one here? Ooh, I kind of like the color contrast on this one just a little bit more. I like that. What else do I have close by? That's a card case. I think that's it. Oh, let me see. Wait. Let me see. Card slot. Will this work in the outside? Let me see. Will that fit in there? So the card case does not fit horizontally in that slip pocket. It just will not. Let's see here. It's not going to go. Oh, that's an awkward shot. It won't go in there anyway. You can see it's just a smidgen because of the stitch work, so that's not going to work. And let's see if the card case will go, or the business cards, will they go in here? And it is also a no. And even vertically, it's not a good look because it will slightly interfere with the snap. So you'd have to just drop those in the actual pocket. The smell of Florentine. I think I want to move into her. I did spray my East West Chelsea before I carried her last week just because she's a light color and that's what I decided I wanted to do. And she was in the rain last week, no issues, no problems. I did not try to dry any spots on her when she did get wet. I let her air dry and she is spot free. And I've shared it before, but for those that may not have seen that video, I just use the Kiwi Protect-All Weather Proofer. It protects against water, rain, snow, dirt, soil, and salt. The can looks a little bit different because they've done a little bit of a branding. And the last one I purchased from Target or Walmart, and this one was ordered from Amazon, and it did note on, new packaging or new branding or something. But everything else on the can is the exact same. So I did use that to spray treat the bag, and I am maybe I will spray the Zip Barlow. I've not sprayed any of the others. Stay tuned. I'll let you know if I decide to do that in a different video. Let me see who else has joined before I get ready to sign out. Let's see. I'm Purse Happy 2. Stephanie's Peace Be Still. Dawn Hill is in tonight. Shawnee. Kimberly Mines again. Hello. We also have Miss Angie, Rosalind Ellis, DJ King, QB. Zelta is in the live chat tonight. Welcome. Happy Sunday. Bag Crazy. Lucinda Quimbley. Carla Longer. Beam. Carla, congratulations on your giveaway win over on Says What's channel. I think I remember seeing your name called out. Sunflower Wish 6, Dazzle Me 77, Jeanne. Why is it Jeannie? It's not Jeannie. It's Jeanne. I think I got it right. Again, charge it head, not my heart. I appreciate you being here. Samaraya, Crystal, Miss Alpha Lady. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Please, please, please be sure to hit the thumbs up before you head out. They need to make a Greta Carrington Dooney. So Kim, they do have, if you go on Dooney.com, they do have a Carrington in Greta, but they are now calling it a large wristlet instead of a Carrington, and they only have it available in bone, which I have bone pieces, so I'm thinking about getting that one. I think it was recently, or maybe it still is, on sale for $79, I want to say. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get that one so that it will go with the bone pieces that I have, because as you can see, they only released one color, and who knows if and when we will get the other color. So before that one disappears, I plan to pick it up so that I have it to go with my lighter Greta color story. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's $79. I don't know if you don't have anything else to spend points on, $30 off of that. That brings it back down to pre-inflation Carrington prices. It brings it down in the Wallet Wednesday inflation price range. So it's definitely worth looking at and something that's hanging out in my cart. I just need to pull the trigger on it. So that is it for tonight. We've got navy. We've got the Timoro. These are both large wristlets. $39 is what I paid. $39 is actually now what they're showing as their regular price, which was not that before the last sale. We took a look at the zip satchel and similarities to Miss Layla, and then the inspection and of the Timoro brown in the Florentine large zip Barlow that I think I'm going to go ahead and undress and move into from Chelsea. She was great this week, but I think I'm going to give her a break. I believe I have Big Mo in Timoro brown. I think I've shared that on the channel. I need to go dig that out, and I can switch into that whole situation, and maybe I'll figure out a way to throw this in the mix, because I did kind of like the color combo contrast. I don't know that I got anything large in this though, so we'll see. Please hit the thumbs up. Have an amazing week. If you are chilling and you don't have anything else to watch, please consider checking out another one of my videos. If you have joined me in the past watching Steel Magnolias on Netflix, season 2 is finally available. I am already on episode 7. I only think they have 10. So I'm going to try to watch another episode tonight, and then maybe save the last 2 for next weekend, so that I can try to stretch out, you know, my binging, because it will take so long to get the next season. And then from the cold, that one, ladies, if you're looking for something to watch with hubby or significant other that's not chick flickish, that has some action, that will hold their attention, that will allow you to spend some quality couch binge time together, From the Cold is really good. I think I'm on episode 7 of that one. And then Raising Dion. If you're into like you know, kind of the Marvel superhero-ish with a twist, kind of. Then Raising Dion is also back for season 2, also on Netflix. And for those that were fans of Power, I have watched Power. I think it was book 1, book 2, the whatever the third season or fifth season, whatever the one is where Ghost dies and Tariq is at school. I've watched that season. I've watched Raising Canaan. So I've got that, and now this one is Power. I think this is book 6, and this one is called Force. So if you're looking for an update on what happens with Tommy after he leaves New York after Ghost gets killed, then this is where this particular book picks up. So make sure that you check all of those out. They're all very good. And I have gotten sucked in probably far too deep, but they're easy binges. And before you know it, I'll be back to like Ozark and trying to watch. I haven't started The Queen's Gambit. I started with The Crown, and I need to go back and pick that one back up. And then there's another one that they were telling me about at work that I haven't started yet. But check those out. Let me know how you like them. I hope you all have an amazing week. Be safe. Please hit the thumbs up before you head out. If you're not going over to watch Netflix, please stick around and watch another video before you call it quits on your Sunday evening. Thank you so very much for watching. Until next time, take care.